Hi everyone and welcome to Jab and Move with your host Stephen, and today we're going to talk about a few topics. Hasim Rahman making his way back into the ring at 53 years old, what my thoughts are on this, trying to become a world heavyweight champion again. We will get into that very soon. Also, in terms of Usyk, we've seen what happened on Saturday night. What are our thoughts? Do we think he should now hang up his gloves and go for retirement after what we've seen, or was that just an off day for Usyk? And finally, in terms of the heavyweight division, we've got another section for Tyson Fury. He has decided to fight on August the 1st before his fight against Joshua in Q4 of this year. Is it a risk? Who is he going to fight? Let's see what options he's got. And to be honest, are we going to see an improved version? Because if the version that went against Makhmudov goes in against Joshua this time round, I highly doubt he goes and wins the fight. But let's get into it, guys. So Hasim Rahman has decided to come back out of retirement. Why do we keep doing this with the fighters? Why do they think they can come back in their 50s and go on to win a heavyweight championship or a championship within a division of the sport? I know George Foreman did it at 45, but he was a long time retired. He finished his career quite early. He kept himself in a very good shape and went forward from there. This is a different ballgame now. Honestly, after what we've seen in the last couple of weeks in terms of, Usyk, what's going on there, what we've seen with the fight just alone with Daniel Dubois and Fabio Wardley, imagine a Hasim Rahman in with them guys right now. He's going to get obliterated, and there would have to be EMTs on the side of the ring waiting because of this sort of stuff. And this is the thing that pisses me off when it comes to professional boxers. They have done their part. Hasim Rahman has been a two-time heavyweight champion of the world. He has done his part for the sport. He doesn't need to be back in the ring fighting. It's bad enough when you see people like Mike Tyson come back to fight Jake Paul and stuff, which is just shocking. Money or not, he's got plenty of money, the guy has. He's not short of a few bob. But with Hasim Rahman in this case, you're going against a complete athletes, you're going against complete professionals, you're going against the creme de la creme in this division. And I honestly think it's dangerous, and it's starting to get really silly in regards to Hasim Rahman and it just fighters in general coming back. We've seen it with Pacquiao. I'm not happy with that. First of all, I think Pacquiao Mayweather 2 is a bit of a joke on a side note. We'll talk about that closer to the time. But in terms of Hasim Rahman, I do not want to see him anywhere near the ring. He's done his bit. He's done his time. He has done phenomenal within the sport. He needs to be out of there and do not need to step foot in the ring again. Let me know your thoughts on that, guys. In terms of the heavyweight division, we're going to speak about Usyk quickly. I mentioned in the previous video after just getting by Verhoeven in not great fashion that he should retire. I said this before this fight against Rico, that he should have retired. He doesn't need to be in the ring. He is now a undisputed heavyweight and cruiserweight champion of the world. He has made his money. He is very close at this point to getting in with someone being a step too far and losing part of his legacy and losing that and losing the credentials of what we've got. I think if he retired now, he would go down as one of the greatest of all time. I still think he would go down as a great and possibly one of the best of all time. But if he goes on to lose a couple of fights at the back end of his career, does that affect his legacy? If it would have lost to Rico at the weekend, yes, it would have. It would be, say, a Daniel Dubois, not Daniel Dubois, sorry, he's beat him twice, a Fabio Wardley or a Moses Atoma. Maybe it's looked on different. But for me, in terms of Usyk, he should not be anywhere near the ring again. He is quality, he is class, but he's also nearly 40 and he's done not just everything, he's surpassed that. He has done things that only one other person previously has ever done in Evander Holyfield, an undisputed champion of the cruiserweight and heavyweight division. And he's gone on to do the heavyweight undisputed twice. So he's actually done something no man has ever done within the boxing game. So yeah, for me, he's made his money, and we all know he's made a lot of money. If someone turns around to me and tells me that Usyk's doing it for a big payday, I'll be like, what the fuck? No, he's not. He's already made his money. He's just doing it because the love of the game and stuff, and I get that. But Father Time, I think, is starting to catch up on the guy. And for me, I would like to see him leave. Lennox Lewis said it best: go out with your O, go out with the records you've got, and go and enjoy yourself with your family and stuff. You don't need to come back into boxing. He doesn't need boxing. And boxing, at this point in time, it'd be sad to see him leave, but I don't think boxing needs him anymore either. I think we've got a lot of talented individuals within the heavyweight division and other divisions that are starting to hold the mantle. So Usyk can go off and do what he wants to do. Now, finally, in terms of someone who should have retired a while ago, well, has retired many times, Tyson Fury. He's coming back on the 1st of August with an unknown opponent fighting in Dublin. Now, I think there was some rumours before it was Zlatan Ibrahimovic or something, which fucking blew my mind if it was. That's just wild. But if we see the Fury that for Makhmudov in April, there could be problems here because they're both taking up warm-up fights, and I understand it in Joshua's case. But Fury has had Makhmudov in April. And all due respect, both of these fighters have not fought more than once a year for God knows how many years. So why all of a sudden does Fury need another warm-up fight before he goes into Joshua? There's only one reason for it, and it's money. It's the only reason for this move has got to be for a big fat paycheck. But he's getting a huge paycheck against Joshua. So my thing is, if he's going to fight someone of any sort of reputation in terms of Bicoli or an Andy Ruiz, which was tipped at one point, you know, even like a Baby Miller or something, he could put himself in jeopardy here because we've seen what he was like against Makhmudov, and that was not a good version of Fury. We've seen much better versions of Tyson Fury in that ring. So him going in now to fight someone else and potentially risking this fight with Joshua just baffles me. It's got to be for money. It's got to be whatever deal he signed or what's gone on. It's got to be for a big paycheck somewhere down the line because there's no other explanation that makes sense to me. So yeah, it just baffles me. And honestly, we're not seeing the best Tyson Fury. We're not seeing the best Tyson Fury for 4 years. So I'm not even that excited for Joshua versus Fury, if I'm honest. Like, for me, I don't think it's going to be the fight that everyone's expected. It could really be a bit of a damp squid. Especially these guys, 6 years ago, this would have been the fight of the generation. This would have been one of the biggest fights in the history of boxing. And for the world titles, it would be phenomenal. These are both at the top of their game at that point. They have both regressed since then. They have both lost to fighters since then. Granted, Fury has only lost to Usyk, but we have seen the chinks in his armour against Ngannou. We've seen the chinks of his armour with obviously coming back to Makhmudov. So we have seen deterioration in Fury and Joshua. So it's interesting for me that everyone's extremely hyped for this, while a lot of people are, whereas I'm not so sure. But we will come to that when time comes in Q4 of 2026. Please, guys, let me know your thoughts on this. Obviously, Hasim Rahman coming back. Do you think it's as big as a joke as I do? He's done great for the sport in his time, but he's well past his time. He's been retired for 14 years now, and his last fight was a loss. I think it was to Povetkin in 2012. So he should not be anywhere near the ring, but that is my personal opinion. Usyk needs to go. Great fighter, but take your O, go with your family and go and enjoy your life and do whatever else you want to do outside of the sport, because you have completed boxing. You don't need to do any more. And in terms of Fury, who's he going to fight in Dublin? We haven't had it announced yet. Would it be a Zlatan Ibrahimovic? Is it going to be a bit of a performance fight before we go to see Joshua? Or is he going to go in with someone credible and possibly risk that fight against Joshua? Please, guys, do not forget to like, comment and subscribe and let me know your thoughts. Take care. Bye.